an easy thing, but it's something that is possible in these days of media. My friend Benjamin Crump, who I've known since the killing of Trayvon Martin, the black teenager who was
Florida,
murdered
yes.
in Florida,
Uh-huh.
he is one of the pioneers in a sense, but one of many, many others. Milton Grimes, my good friend, the lawyer for Rodney King, also in California, fought that fight. But what the essence is to make our struggle a common one. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere, as Johnny Cochran said. So the issue of police brutality, extrajudicial killings, which we know all too well on the continent, must be of concern to African Americans. This is not just a one-way street. The murder of Stephen Lawrence in 1993 in the United Kingdom, the black teenager who was murdered on the back of a number of racial murders, led to a sea change for a while in British politics, where the Black Lives Matter movement, although it wasn't called that at the time, had resonance. And so every 10 or 20 years, you see a horrific injustice, these days caught on camera for the world to see. And the need to empower people of color all over the world, because extrajudicial killings, when children are killed in Sao Paulo, Brazil, by the Brazilian police, they're generally children of color, of African descent. That must resonate on the streets of Nairobi and vice versa. So if we can watch films of Hollywood, if we can listen to music from dancehall in Jamaica, to music from South Africa, we must be able to not only just dance and sing, we have to harmonize our political aspirations together and move as one. So the Bend the Knee situation, the demonstration we did in Kericho, it resonated with ordinary Kenyans. When I went to buy flowers for the memorial of George Floyd outside the US Embassy, Kenyans knew of that struggle. They empathized with that struggle. Our issue is to ensure that African Americans, Africans, and the whole of their diaspora are alive to the continent. And actually, one of the ways of doing this is come home. Just that, come home. Whether you work or study or visit, as I know my first visit to Sierra Leone, the welcome that you get is phenomenal. And that will stay with you forever. So I think there is a possibility of economic empowerment, political empowerment, education, and even this program will be listened to hopefully around the world by the diaspora. So we have those tools. We didn't have them 200 years ago, and we managed emancipation and the fight against slavery. So these days, the tools are at our disposal. We have aircraft, we have cars. Yeah. We don't have to walk everywhere. So I'm an optimist about the future. We can make the struggle far more positive and an easier one for our children, our children's children, than it has been in the past.